The Mantell UFO incident, background and analysis. This is mainly concerning an analysis of Thomas Mantell UFO incident, but I've added the background of the incident in the first two paragraphs. This is the analysis as follows via Science How Stuff Works. On January 7, 1948, basically about 6 months after the 1947, July 4th, Roswell UFO incident. January 7, 1948, Kentucky Air National Guard Captain Thomas F. Mantell Jr. died when his F-51 crashed after chasing what he called, in one of his last radio transmissions, quote, a metallic object of tremendous size, end quote. The official Air Force line was that Mantell saw Venus. Unofficially, many officers feared that a spaceship had shot down Mantell's plane with a frighteningly superior extraterrestrial weapon. Neither answer, it turned out, was correct. Declassified documents eventually disclosed that the Navy had been conducting secret balloon experiments as part of the Skyhook project, which sought to measure radiation levels in the upper atmosphere. As Mantell pursued what he apparently thought was a spaceship, he had foolishly ascended to 25,000 feet, a dangerous altitude for the aircraft he was piloting, and blacked out from lack of oxygen. His F-51 spun out of control and crash-landed in the front lawn of a farmhouse near Franklin, Kentucky. But in the days that followed the tragedy, sensational headlines fueled everyone's worst fears about flying saucers, and the Mantell incident entered UFO legend. This is via Kevin Randall Blogspot. Now, the analysis of the Thomas Mantell UFO incident. While I was talking with Fran Rich of the NICAP website, we drifted into a discussion of the Thomas Mantell UFO sighting of January 1948. Mantell was killed when his F-51 crashed in Kentucky. The case has been wrapped in controversy since then, mainly because the pilot died attempting to identify the UFO. Various theories have been offered over the years about what happened. I had written a long analysis of it, but about a decade and a half ago, my plan had been to create an online peer review for UFO research. I had written the analysis, and it was offered over the UFO updates list. When the draft was finished, I had hoped that those with experience in various aspects of the case would be inspired to provide their analysis of my analysis. There were a few responses, but most had to do with the performance capabilities of the aircraft rather than other aspects of the case. The analysis of the Thomas Mantell UFO case, my secondary goal was to inspire some others to examine UFO cases with a similar eye to detail and analysis. Updates would be one of the ways that we would communicate, but no one followed the lead, much to my disappointment. However, Fran mentioned that he had been inspired to look into the case when a local television station wanted to do a story about the crash just a few years ago. Working with several others, he produced a new analysis with a different conclusion. Since we now have two detailed examinations of the Mantell crash, maybe we can move into something like a peer review of it and take a look at both of these documents, try to put aside any personal bias about the reality of UFOs, or rather the alien visitation aspect of the case, and comment about it. I believe it will be interesting to see how this shakes out given the research that has been done into the case, if anyone cares to comment about it. And there's two links here to the NICAP PDFs on the Mantell incident. This is on Bennett Reality. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box.